The session is intended at receiving reports from 5 countries in their journey after appreciating the Charter on the Child Rights and Welfare from the African Union among the African states. The Acting Minister of Social Development, Honorable Tshidiso Mokgosi, said this is the first meeting of its kind in Lesotho, coming at the right time when she has proposed to hold the African Committee of Experts on the Right and Welfare of the Child, ACERWC Secretariat.
If we qualify to host the Secretariat, we will have fulfilled our commitment to contribute towards the realization of the vision of the African Union of united, prosperous, and peaceful Africa, driven by its own citizens and representing a dynamic force in global arena.
Speaking for UNICEF Lesotho representative, Dr. Anthony Asije clarified that the meeting clearly indicates the true intent of African nations to protect children following its inception in Ethiopia in 1990 and came into force in 1999. He said UNICEF remains committed to supporting the country to implementing the child welfare policies.
Monitoring and evaluation of the service delivery and data management of child rights in the country. Increased access to child grants by qualifying children and their households. Efforts to curb stunting, infant and maternal mortality, and reduce HIV infection, especially amongst adolescent boys and girls. Increased enrollment, retention, and completion in our schools. And finally, supporting consistent periodic reporting by the government and CSOs.
Dr. Asije urged all to listen attentively so that they will be sure that they are implemented and be beneficial to the children of Africa. The committee's chairperson, Professor Benyam Dawit Masmour, said this is the right time to be an African when history is being written about success of issues of children even in the midst of challenges.
We still have children that are affected by harmful practices, children affected by armed conflict, children that are migrating without any protection whatsoever, children that are affected by the drought that the continent is facing in some of its corners, children that are victims as a result of the negative effects of climate change. The list is long, and it's time that we collaborate further to actually address some of these challenges that we face.
He said this move is going to help Africa to overcome those limits. Her Majesty Queen Masinate Mohato says so in her opening speech, pointed out that issues of children are in her heart in a very special way, especially the vulnerable, adding that the government in group effort with other organizations and her partners is working hard to reach to the source of the matter.
The government embarked on an intensive investigative process that included community consultations and extensive studies to identify the root causes of poverty, abuse, neglect, and exploitation of children. This process led to the enactment of laws and designing of policies and strategies that are aimed at reducing and, where possible, totally eradicating the disturbing factors that contribute to children's vulnerability.
Her Majesty revealed that researchers unearthed that a bigger number of children in Lesotho are still vulnerable, and they want to ensure that it is brought down. During this 9-day event, the 5 countries of Chad, Comoros, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, and Senegal will be presenting their reports on Children's Charter. Rapizo, LTV News, Maseru.